All right, let's get started today.
Hey guys.
Just
All
needed a
right.
second. Now we're good to go. Ooh,
Everything's working?
should be.
Alrighty. Hey Brian. Cool.
Perfect.
Alright. So we're gonna be jumping into the Harlem line. And let's see. Should we do scenarios? Should we do timetable?
Either one. I mean, I haven't done any of those scenarios yet, I don't
Oh,
think.
I don't want to do that. Go back. There we go. I actually haven't. I've done one of these.
I was gonna do them on stream, like, last week or something,
Uh-huh.
and then looked at them and went, I could do all this just by doing timetables.
Yeah, that's true.
So,
Let's see. So this, oh, I did that one. What's this one? Interesting. Big Yeah, let's do this one. I like this round trip thing.
where do you start?
We're in the yard at Mount Vernon, I think. Or
Exactly. What, do you take one of the directs?
I don't know.
That's... I always want to do that, but then you can never get a train back from Mistake. So... if we would get a nice day this week, I guess it's next week at this point, where the weather cooperates, I'm going to do what I did for Hudsonburg on Newark. I know I said that was my plan, and then I never got to do it because it's been fucking windy. But do you believe the Kawasaki inmates will ever come to TSW2?
Maybe.
If they do the New Haven line. But they really only seem to want to be doing lines that are like, what, 30 miles, 35 miles long max. And we're easily beyond sort of the capabilities so far demonstrated by going to Stamford and or New Haven. It's 33 miles, but you also have to remember that they have to factor in that it hooks in with the corridor, that it does the catenary changeover. So it's just more technical than a lot of what they've done so far.
I know,
Inside
foggy
areas.
today.
Yeah, right. I mean, when they first started this, it seemed like they were trying to do a set for Train Sim World and a set of different routes for regular Train Sim. But that seems to have now gone out the window, as far as I can tell. I mean, we have the whole New Haven line for 2020, or I guess 2022 or whatever it is anyway. And the changeover on there works, especially if you're on the movement 2s and 4s.
I mean, it works fine on the M8s now too, so.
Yeah, it's true.
Just gotta do something over here. Okay.
Oh, you're turning the markers off?
Yeah, I'm turning markers. It looks stupid.
Yeah. I just always turn the HUD completely off.
Well, the markers are separate from the HUD, so they still come up.
Right. But I mean, if they're really restricted to 30 miles or whatever it is, I guess we'll have to do that. I'm still annoyed because 2022, when it, when regular Train Sim upgraded, they broke the scenario editor. So, I was in the middle, toward the end of 2021, I had gotten all this stuff in the editors to work, and then the update broke. Like, I had announcements going, I had some upgrades, like updated speed limits. Oops. P32AC DM. With the Shoreliner Camp should come around. I kind of doubt it, because at least on this line, there's only like 2 or 3 with say connects, directs, and I just can't imagine they would bother for 2 trains. They should, but I doubt they will. I actually would rather see the M8s because that whole section between Grand Central and Woodlawn should be loaded with trains that go to New Haven, but they don't have them there. Like, I got a video I shot the day I put the short out from Melrose. I actually shot most of the rush hour, and I'm going to be putting that video probably tonight or tomorrow. But you can see how much more busy it is, even though they're still on a reduced timetable, because you have the New Haven trains. So, it kind of feels like the same problem they had with Long Island, where you have Jamaica to Penn, where there should be a train every, 2 minutes during rush hour, and there's just none.
Good thing I know this route.
I don't know how Siemens keeping up with the orders they already have. So. Oh, I'd buy Bart in a heartbeat too. At this point, I'm kind of at the point where I say, if it's passenger and it's in the U.S., I'm getting it.
What the heck?
What?
It's all messed up.
What, you overcooked the station?
I don't know. It's weird. That's why I don't like running with this off. Because I don't know what's going on.
Better than if I can late.
I don't know. It's weird.
Doesn't look bad.
God damn it.
I'm thinking you're going to be late.
Whatever. Just means I gotta actually run this all harder.
Just gun it. The thing accelerates like a bat out of hell. Yeah, hand roller's on. I like how I get an email which makes my phone ding that I'm live on my own YouTube channel. That's not helpful. Jeez, they got the Boston Sprinter route half off right now. I was actually looking for something else, but if you
Yes,
have the
Metro
Boston
North
Sprinter-
has PTC, ATC, all that speed control stuff.
and to hell with it.
Running with everything on right now.
And they actually got pretty good at the game.
Yeah, it's not bad.
It has its moments, but it's pretty good. I was running one train before, actually right before we started this, and speed limit dropped down. So I brought the controller to the brake, got the brake assurance light, which is what you need to cancel the alarm, and immediately goes into overspeed penalty. But I mean, I guess it's PTC, it's Axis PTC, so it's probably accurate. Yeah, Long Island upgraded what they had No trains would ever run. CBTC. You can't come to New York City because of the crime rate. Crap. No, I guess I got the wrong person to ask about what crime in the city is like. I've lived here my life.
That's a cop out.
What? Oh, is it that bad?
It's not that bad. It's worse than it used to be, but it's not like bad enough where I wouldn't go.
Yeah, you came in to say, we took the subway. I was filming it in the South Bronx a couple days ago.
I'm following something.
How are you?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's good now you're late.
Yeah, it's to be expected.
Yeah, but they're probably not far off. There's the train-based model. I mean, the 46s are going to go when the 211s come in because they're basket cases at this point. But those cars needed to go a long time ago. And you like trains, okay. What does TSW cost? Buy it the next few days. I think it's like $6. They keep putting it on sale because they can't. It's not selling. Like, you see it go on sale, they take it off sale, and it's on sale again, like days later. The spring 211 testing this summer into revenue service. You're hoping that goes to plan. When were the Avelias supposed to be in? Remember, all these service plans they've talked about what ordering they're doing CBTC requires that CBTC be working. Like, for example, Queens Boulevard, they're still having problems. If you actually look at the figures, it's like signal problems on the F, E, R are way up compared to what they used to be. Until they figure out that problem, they're probably not going to be activating in more places. What's that one scenario you think they're going to have to replace the 46s as soon as possible at this point. So, just because they want to and they have the equipment doesn't mean that it's going to be on the lines. Just because they're saying it's going to be the next one doesn't mean it's quick. So, it might take them until the 68s are pretty much ready to be retired before they get CBTC. As I remember, the 211s are a lot of cars. So, also remember though, the Central Park West is technically part of the 8th Avenue line. So depending where they're implementing it from and to, it may be part of it, it may not be. It wouldn't make much sense, I don't really, to only go from, like, I guess it would be Canal Street, Fulton or something, up to 50th Street on the local and 42nd Street on the express. If they're going to do it, I would assume they're going to go up Central Parks. But that does mean you then have to interline with them. If they did it in the way of just extending the Queens Boulevard CBTC through Queens Plaza down the 53rd Street connector and down 8th Avenue, that could make sense, go down the World Trade with it. And then you wouldn't have to worry about them being the D at first.
Alright, so let's see here.
I think the honest answer is at this point we just don't know yet where exactly. Because every time they come up with a new thing, it's different. According to the website, they're doing the Culver line, which they're doing. They're doing Queens Boulevard, which is almost done and just buggy. And then I know they're claiming they're doing High Street to 5-9. But if you go into 5-9, then you have the problem of the B and the D coming in. So we'll see what they really do. I mean, the way we find out is when they do it. I literally have the CBTC page up on the MTA's website right now, and it mentions 3 projects: Culver Line, 8th Avenue, and Queens Boulevard. I'd say read more. Oh, you're going a little different. they actually do. The problem I see with them doing the ACE through that Brooklyn section is that if they don't also do it on the F line, they are going to be setting themselves up for difficulty with when they have to interline and go. Sometimes they got to take the Fs over the A between Manhattan and Brooklyn, and sometimes they got to go the reverse of that, the AC over the F. So yes, they want to get CBTC in. Yes, that's probably their next one of their next big projects. But it already says we're modernizing the signaling system on 8th Avenue between 59 Columbus Circle in Manhattan and High Street in Brooklyn. It means they're going to get it done. There's not a date on it. Yeah, we're continuing installation of the CBTC system through 2024. So soon is very relative term.
This is a weird scenario.
Did it really just have you like why the train?
Yeah, I don't even know.
Makes no sense. I thought that went from Yankees back to where you came from. I didn't realize it went to Grand Central. I don't know, we'll see what happens with CBTC.
What?
Is this just supposed to be you, like, Xing into Grand Central?
I don't know.
Because so far this makes a little sense. fascinating part of the run, where it looks like you're going downhill, but really you're going uphill.
Terminal approach. Terminal proceed.
Grand Central Terminal, the only place with real wayside signals anymore.
I've got half the motors cut it out, so it doesn't matter. Terminal approach.
Oh, they have going all the way over. Oh, you might be looping. Nope, nope, you're not.
No, I don't think so.
Because your stop marker doesn't line up with the...
Yeah, but it lines up with the end of the platform, which is curved into the loop.
Oh.
Let's see what this says. I'm gonna do load passengers. Oh wait, you know what? It is taking me around the loop. So silly.
I don't think the platform actually goes this way.
Yeah.
Alright, have a good one, man. Yep, pretty sure the platform goes this way. You made it with like 3 seconds to spare.
Alright, what do we got here? Harlem, Fordham, Botanical Garden, Ridgewood Lawn, Wakefield, and Mount Vernon West. Look at that.
It's a very weird scenario.
Terminal proceed.
I guess it has to get looped so that it's facing their, because all their trains face the same way. Maybe you
I
just
mean,
line it.
not necessarily. There's trains that are like quote unquote backwards on the system. You see it on the New Haven line a lot.
Oh, they got the shitter on the wrong card.
Yeah. Terminal approach.
One time I was on a backward Long Island Railroad, and all these guys were trying to find where a wrapper was. Never occurred to catch the other card. Maybe it was one, oh no, it was one pair that was backwards.
Yeah, it happens from time to time as well.
So there were like 2 cars together with no shitter. There was mega confusion.
Yeah, keep walking until you find it.
I felt like saying you guys should take NJT. There's like one on the train.
If you're lucky. Stop signal.
go right after they're done.
Oh yeah. You have to go in between the cars.
I think they might have something to say if you did that.
That's their fault for not having bathrooms. Terminal approach.
Going down the corridor at 100 miles an hour, taking a crap between the cars. I'd sooner crap on the floor. Not that I would actually do that.
Stop signal. Terminal proceed. Why is it so bright?
Why does it feel like a ton of train sim world scenarios are just bizarre?
It's just the way the dice fall, I guess.
I think it's one where it's like they say there's something wrong with the subway on the Long Island Railroad one, so you have to go Long Island City, Jamaica, Atlantic Terminal. I could think of a more efficient routing to get there. Even if the G train did take forever.
Alright, what the heck did they stuff in front of me?
So I got the first time you're not the epic local, they stuff a train in front of you.
But why? Does you have to cross me back over so I can stop driving forward? I mean, to be fair,
there's no reason.
Metro North Dispatch does mess with you sometimes, so not surprising.
Metro North Dispatch is only like Metro North Dispatch can. I was actually thinking about this the other day. Metro North Dispatch is the same way Train Simulator dispatches. The most complicating routing humanly possible.
Yeah, Okay, so you're gonna cross me back over at Melrose for no reason.
What other choice do they have? I guess they can cross you over.
No, they
No?
have to cross
They
me
have to
over
cross
here
over.
if I want to make Fordham.
It's not sure if dispatchers, so they're gonna have you go past it and then shove it.
Yeah, okay.
Or have you go all the way across and just stop on the wrong side. By the way, when they hit the horn in that tunnel, it's so fucking loud. Especially the diesels. You'll see when I put the video up. Melrose is a cool place to film.
If you want to go
Because
to
you're in the tunnel, but a terrible spot to film trains going the other direction. And holy shit is that loud.
I bet the apartment building residents love
Oh
it.
god, it's brutal. I don't think it sounds as loud in the video because I was listening to it in the sound. But when you're actually standing in there. It's one place I'm not going back.
Yeah, I know. It's raining out.
Gotta turn your snow brake on.
Yeah. Why does it do anything? Besides, it doesn't work on the MTM. Snow brake is not functional on this equipment. Works on the M3s though.
Yes, it does. That's why I say the M3 is maybe one of the best pieces of rolling stock they've come out with. Not trains for this route.
They're not that bad.
They're just a little. They just get. They're better than a lot of equipment we have for Train Sim World. They just look bad next to the M3s.
They'll be fine when DTG fixes it.
I will agree with that.
Besides, there's workarounds now if you're willing anyway, so.
I'm just glad they updated the M3s from the Long Island M3s. 'Cause that's where the major improvement is. Every time I'm on the N7s, I hear the door engines go. Ah, it's so nice that new M3s don't have that.
Yes, we did.
Yeah, we suck. I want to go back. Waiting for him to be available to go back. I mean, theoretically, we could go for the day, but it's a lot.
I'll take the Acela up again. I don't care.
Yeah, but shit's expensive. It also doesn't get in until 10:03.
Okay.
And then the last train out. I hate this website. Oh, at least it's 7:50 is regional.
I mean, it's still a lot of time. You just
Plus
need
$37.
to manage it well.
Yeah.
There's no airport close enough. That makes sense.
For us?
Yeah, because then you still.
I mean, Logan.
You could, but you want to pay those ramp fees?
Nope.
Exactly.
It'd be cheaper to fly commercial.
Yeah. What is wrong?
Why are you saying that? Password wrong. You can fly into Norwood again, yes.
Why are we under restricting? There's literally no
Don't hit the train in front of you.
There's no train in front of me. I even have a medium here at Mount Vernon West. Should not be under restricting right now. Oh, this is annoying.
And there go all your points.
I mean, it doesn't matter. I already have like a butt ton of points.
Yeah, so if we flew into Logan, it would be an arm and a leg for parking. No, I've never said that, Joe. It actually might not be that expensive going to Logan.
Oh god damn it! Piece of shit.
What do you keep closing right before?
Yeah.
I like that keyboard. Why do they have a special landing fee for a DC-3 in here? It's not going to be Amtrak. 177 leaves Boston at 5:30. So the earliest you can get there is 10 o'clock. The latest you can leave is 5:30.
Yeah, so we go in,
You have
grab
to
a
stay
hotel. We have to grab a hotel.
Over. Yeah, you have to stay over. Hey, Becky.
Oops. Good enough.
Damn. Well, let's see how you did.
I got over 20,000, so I did pretty good.
What'd you get on the spots?
Now if it'll send me to there we go.
There you go.
By
There you
my
go.
standards, I did pretty terrible, but I don't really care. Main menu. You only have 5 timetable services completed?
I only have 5.
Yeah, it says you only have 5 completed.
Oh, because I've done some on this computer and some on the
Oh,
laptop.
on the other one. Okay. Have you done the 12 car one yet?
No.
I think it's this one. Oh no, maybe it's this one. Yeah, I think it's this one.
It's 12 cars?
Yeah, it's the one 12 car rotation. Yep.
Yeah, there's actually a hotel, like, right across the street. Which is probably what we do.
To where?
128.
Oh, yeah.
It's just easier. Like, I mean, it'd be great to stay in, like, downtown Boston. But it's just gonna be fucking expensive.
You never know. There's a hotel by Lechmere where we've stayed before. At least my family and I.
I was gonna say you have. Yeah, I think the parking deck is between the station and the hotel. The hotel we were staying in when we were doing Acela in Rhode Island was like that. Where we could see the, what's up, the TF Green from our hotel room. You can actually see people railfanning on the platform of TF Green from the hotel. The 128 one is nice, and if it is cheaper, which it probably is, right at the station, I would stay there in a heartbeat. Yeah, the buzzer works. Yeah, we would take it together. I mean, it's also so much cheaper. I don't know that you can take Amtrak from 128 to Boston.
No, you can't. 128th in the eastbound direction is discharge only. So you have to take the T.
I mean, it's probably like half of what Amtrak would charge anyway.
And you're not saving that much time anyway.
No, because the T makes what, 3 stops?
If you find an express train, you can go straight to Back Bay.
So from Boston to 128 on Amtrak. buying it like a week, 2 weeks ahead of time is $23 excursion. If we go on the T's website, do they have a fare?
Oh, these guys just look so nice.
I know. They, like I said, this is finally the first cartilage in the Canadian. The round trip for significantly less than the one way. And they say it would take 20 minutes. So Amtrak says it would take 15 minutes.
It's literally not worth it.
No, it's not.
It's like that time where I missed New Jersey Transit at Metro Park, so I spent an extra $30 for an Amtrak ticket because I was going to Trenton. But if I had waited for the next local train, I was gonna miss my connection.
Oh, I remember that.
So I ended up hopping Amtrak for one stop.
When I was going home from Newark Airport after the big boy, I missed the New Jersey Transit back to the city by like 2 minutes and looked to see what Amtrak cost. And it was like 4 times as much.
Oh yeah. It's for business people who don't want to put up with the unwashed masses of New Jersey.
It's for people who aren't paying to build themselves.
Yeah, pretty much.
I'm not gonna lie though, if the choices are Amtrak or NJT, comfort-wise, Amtrak wins hands down.
Oh, not even a competition.
Or NJT sucks. They're good for what they are, but that's about it.
Yes.
I was actually kind of surprised they'd sell me a ticket from Newark to New York, or from
At
Newark
this,
Airport
yo,
to New
in
York
this
City.
point, at this point, they'll just take your money. They don't care.
Unless you're going from back for 128 to Boston.
Because nobody does that.
Probably also they don't have time to go through and check tickets again and all that shit.
It's not that they don't have time. It's just not worth it because there's no passenger traffic for that.
The multi-levels aren't terrible. The Comets,
Oh, the Comets suck.
if you get a good set, you'll spill your coffee. If you get a bad set, it'll remove your spleen. I mean, I've had some that, especially when we get close by a window, you get launched into space, leaving stations. It's just abysmal.
I'm Superman. Whee! The slack on the comments is just insane. Alright.
And the engineer's ability to control it
Is
is
limited
marginal
at best.
And it's not as they're crappy engineers.
It's just the
It's
equipment
that
is
the
garbage.
equipment sucks. And the dual modes they love so much are just not good. Like on the NJT equipment, usually when you first start pulling out, you get a really good jolt from all the slack. But then you're usually done. I've had it where when you're at 10, they start pulling out to a 3 seconds. All the slack comes out with the engine leaving, and pulling. And then they test the brakes, and all the slack slams in again. And then, of course, they start to pull out, and it all slams back out. They're just brutal. They gotta be replaced with them. Well, no, because NJT's a bunch of idiots. They're gonna replace them with the dual, what is it? The multi-level MU? Stupid things.
The dual modes load funny. So, like, you can't get a smooth start. Like, you're always gonna bang into the coach in front of you when you're starting from 0. But once they're moving, they're fine.
Yeah, the problem is they put them on, like, the local train, so like, if you're on the Morristown line, in the part where you're still in Newark, there's a station, like, every 30 seconds. So it's stop, start, stop, and they're just slamming all over the place. Once you get out far enough where you're really in the suburbs, you're okay.
Oh,
I
look.
got knocked off my seat one time.
Third rail shoe doesn't actually touch the third rail. That's fantastic.
I was on one spot where it was going through the front.
Eh.
Well, it's definitely underwhelming.
Yeah, by a lot.
Yeah. Shit don't work too good when it's not plugged in. Let's turn the lights off.
They're probably just off. I can't go in the cab.
As per the usual, they never modeled the wrappers either. Yes, you get a Railfan, well, not during COVID, but before that you did.
I guess it depends on the crew now, because I've seen a couple videos from like last year where dude was like right up against the window.
I wonder if it's a suction cup camera.
No, he's holding it.
Oh, was it?
Yeah, he was holding it. Yeah, there's this guy, his channel is Lance Wright with the W, and he's got a couple of front end views on the Harlem line from like last year and the year before.
Or he
So
knows somebody.
yeah, probably.
Because they're not supposed to let you up. That's why they have
No,
that
they're-
like metal bar thing.
Yeah, they're not supposed to, but
They weren't supposed to pre-COVID.
yeah.
M3's kind of, I doubt that. I'm pretty sure they're scrapping those things. Unfortunately, because they got the M9s. Metro North redid their M3s because they're not getting M9s.
At least not yet.
I mean, they don't need them. They just rebuilt the 3s.
Yeah.
And they have plenty of cars.
Eh. Get ready for this departure. I suppose I should go to end of the platform. Woo! Coming.
Metro North and was supposed to get M9As. And then they decided to... I guess it was when they got delayed so many times. They finally said to heck with it, and we're just going to overhaul the M3s again. But, you know, all this changes all the time. And I was reading something the other day that was like, a bunch of the politicians in Westchester are trying to convince them to get basically just M11s or shitloads of M8s. I guess they'd be M10s. That were... So the whole fleet would eventually be catenary compatible. Was so they could make the Hudson Line catenary, so that Amtrak could run higher speeds. Because at one point Cuomo, our ex-governor, was running around talking about wanting to go, I think, 125 to Albany. Somehow I doubt that'll ever happen.
It's too many curves. It doesn't make sense.
And they're talking about buying chargers that are going to do dual mode, so what's the point? They're never going to put CAT up on like the Harlem line. And they can't put CAT into Grand Central. You can barely get the catenary. There's already like 6 inches of clearance. We were actually talking about this over lunch. There's like 6 inches of clearance in the catenary in Penn, and Grand Central shorter. One 125th would be as far as you can get, because the tunnel clearance is ridiculous. But I hope they don't. It makes Railfanning really hard. Because you know if they did put catenary up too, they'd half-ass it. You know, so it would be like the cat poles in the middle of the platform. I mean, if Amtrak's really going to buy the chargers that are third rail compatible, it doesn't really... Those things can do 110, 125. There is just an obscene amount of schedule better. This is why when I run these things, I just do 50. Nice horn. It almost sounds like the real thing. Great to see this shift in thinking, where people are, where cities, I guess, are building new commuter rail, or updating their commuter rail, or electrifying their commuter rail. So it's nice to see the return to a prominent status of commuter rail, other than in just the massive cities. I know Caltrain's a massive city, San Francisco, but because nobody cares what the rail fans think. How are we supposed to film shit if we got cat balls everywhere? There was a route from Train Simulator making fun of that at one point. I found it in the workshop once, where it was literally like every 2 feet there was a cat ball. Yeah, sometime we'll make a San Francisco trip. First we gotta see what Union Pacific is doing this year.
Yeah.
I would say there's a high likelihood of a Boston trip happening here relatively soon. And a low likelihood of a San Francisco trip. That horn is loud. Yeah, theoretically it's happening. I mean, I'm sure something from the UP is happening.
Yeah, we'll find out most likely the first week of April.
If they pulled it off last year at the last minute like they did, I would say it's pretty guaranteed they're doing something. I'm actually kind of hoping it's not Big Boy. You know, I know it's going to be controversial, but I'm actually kind of hoping that it's 844, because I've seen Big Boy multiple times now. I've never seen 844 first, but I'll take either one. Both would be cool. The only trip we know about so far is the one in
The 2102s.
Well, no, in October we're going to Western Maryland.
Oh, that one. I mean, we could go to Western Maryland, I guess.
Well, we know we're going in October.
Yeah, but we can go anytime in the summer if we want. I mean, it runs like, I think, every weekend.
If they were going all the way, it'd be cool.
Yeah, they're gonna start doing that in like, at least with the 1309 in May.
Yeah, and then we got to do Reading.
Yeah.
They've updated their front page to 2102.
About time.
All steamed up too.
Yeah.
Yeah, the first day it's operating officially looks like May 28th. So maybe we'll go that day. But not live. Days. If you want to ride, it's $99 a person for standard coach. Crown class coach, which looks like a glorified comet, like 110 a person. First class lounge, which actually looks kind of nice, 200 a person. The dome is 200. If you want the first class lounge observation car, that's 210 a person. You could ride the Pullman car for 300 a person. Oh, never mind, they're sold out on the 28th.
Huh.
I'm not surprised.
No, of course not.
So as they're going from Reading to Jim Thorpe and back, I guess. That's a good trip. Not sure I paid $300 for it.
Yeah, we'll see about that.
It doesn't say if they're running steam at all from Jim Thorpe this year. We rode last year in Jim Thorpe. It was quite nice.
Yeah, we did once. Worth the experience. I would do it again behind the 2102 if they use it for the Lehigh Gorge trains this year.
We got absolutely covered in cinders. I was getting them things out of my hair for days.
Yeah.
It was fun though. Yeah, it doesn't say if they're using it or anything at this point, actually.
Yeah, I don't think they want to commit to too much before it actually gets broken in.
Yeah, let's prove it first. Yeah, they're only committing to 4 days at this point. May 28th, July 2nd, August 3rd, September 3rd. Although they've got it on their autumn leaf excursions page. Oh no, they're doing the fall foliage with it. It says they're doing... Stop changing the picture. I would love to see 29, 26. I guess we'll have to go out when that runs.
Yeah.
Anyway, yeah, but it's just like that. I guarantee, though, when they do come out and run 21 for the first time, it's going to be a mistake, and chasing is going to be a pain. Last time we were chasing the Reading to Jim Thorpe train, it was also a pain in the ass. And I think that was just 425.
I mean, it wasn't a pain in the ass. It was just, you know, nothing's as much of a pain in the ass as doing 4014 stuff.
Well, that's a category to itself. To you or I, we look at it and go, ooh, let's chase 4014. That's gonna be fun. And most people look at it and go, let's not chase 4014. That sounds horrible. Oh, so November 5th and 6th, they're also running. Oh no, that's 425. Oh. They put the picture of 2102 on it, and then they're running 425. What the crap? Oh, here's the 2102 dates. Oh shit, they're running a lot.
But the fall stuff?
Yeah. October 1st, October 2nd, October 8th, October 9th, October 29th, and October 30th.
Yeah.
That's all 2102's dates.
Yeah.
Then they're also running the F unit on the 15th of October and the 6th? I'm assuming that's a typo. Yeah, 16th. And the 22nd and 23rd. And then 425 is running November 5th and 6th. Railfanning 4014 is hands down some of the hardest driving I have ever had to do, and some of the most stressful driving I've ever had to do, but fun at the same time.
There it is. Just waiting for that to happen.
The stressful part is not that I don't know what I'm doing, it's I don't trust anybody else on that road after that lady in the minivan with the kid in the back seat with the whole tripod setup. Hey, you want a little story from when we were chasing last time?
You told us last time we streamed.
No, not the minivan one.
What, the lady in Illinois?
No, we talked, wait, in Illinois?
Yeah. The one we got stuck in the middle of the road.
Oh, no, I meant the one where I got run off the road. So, not the one we got stuck by, the first one, the one by North Platte.
Oh, that.
So we're driving in a, what was it, a Jeep Gladiator?
Yeah.
So we're driving in a Jeep pickup truck, which is the least comfortable thing in history. And we're on it's again, those same kind of roads, like one lane each direction. And everyone's trying to pace, and he's slowing down. So we cut out and make the pass into the lane in front of us. Now we get to the town, right? So when you're chasing Big Boy, you're on like these rural highways, and I guess you call them towns, communities, whatever you want. And it's basically like one road with a bunch of side streets that people live in. But anyway, so we're following the tracks, and the tracks break away a little bit, so there's industry between us and the track. And basically what you want to do is speed up enough to get ahead of it. So when you get to the other side, after like the 2 traffic lights, you don't have to worry about being stuck behind some rocket scientist. So anyway, we get up ahead of the town, and I'm sitting sort of half on the shoulder, waiting for Big Boy to catch up so I can pick him up. Well, I'm starting to pull out, and some lady just blows past us. sort of half in the right, in the correct lane, and half in the other. Meaning one lane each direction. So, after a few minutes of this, I decided I'm passing her because now the train is going faster. And he was trying to get a pacing shot, so we got to get the speed up. So I cut into the left lane to pass. And some dude, without looking, because he was looking at this big steam locomotive, makes a right and is now facing me while I'm making this pass. So,
Oh, I remember this.
so I'm not going to wreck the Jeep. And I'm not going to crash into the people who I'm trying to pass in the right lane. So what do? Ditch it off the other shoulder. We're just bouncing along in a Jeep Gladiator, throwing mud as far as humanly possible, trying to get the damn manual, it's not a gear shift.
The
Like
four-wheel.
The four-wheel shift into 4 high so I don't get this damn thing stuck. And Mike is sitting there going, well, I can't use this now. I'm like, I'm in a field.
I should have saved that.
You should have saved that.
That clip would have been funny. You just
like all of a sudden
like-
it's good. Follow me going, ah shit, bouncing along a dirt road,
yeah.
or not even a road, just some dude's field.
On upgrade. There you go.
We got past the guy who didn't look before he turned and got back on the road and got chasing again. But yeah, we should have saved that clip. That would have been funny as hell. This is what my plan this year is to mount a GoPro in the car. So when that kind of bullshit happens again, you can see it. Chasing on Reading and Northern is mostly just getting stuck behind people who can't decide where they want to turn.
Basically. There's only like a handful of spots to pace.
And there's only another handful where you can actually catch it in a decent
Yeah.
spot. And everyone knows them. And then either you get yelled at by the guy who owns the land who you're parked in front of, or you've got some kid pitching his tripod literally right in front of where you're standing. To get that grade crossing. We were at this grade crossing. We set up all of our, I set up a tripod, I think. Mike had his camera out, and I'm ready to film. He's ready, and out of nowhere, this kid comes, just plants his tripod, which is a huge tripod, with a tiny little point-and-shoot video camera on it. Like, the tripod probably weighed
More
4
than
times the camera.
Yep.
You could have drop-kicked the camera, and it wouldn't have tipped over. But anyway, so he comes and sets up. We're both just like, are you kidding me? So after like 2 minutes, we see the train come. We're like, are you staying there? I was like, yeah. But we were.
I think I moved
You
because
moved,
I
and
don't care.
And I stood on my backpack or something.
Yeah. There we go.
I think I was trying to get in stills actually, and it was like to get the sun angle not glaring off my lens, you had to be within like a 10-degree area. Because when you got the big DSLR out. Huh. I used to be telling stories to notice what track we're on. You're gonna get restricting in a minute.
I know.
And you're, what, 15 early? Well, why'd you lose all the points? I was 15 early in the Grand Central.
They don't dock points for being 15.
Yeah, they
or-
do.
If anything, I'll get stuck because
They'll probably cross somebody.
they're crossing stuff out of the terminal in front of me.
You wouldn't believe some of the tripods people whip out. It's like, I actually have a pretty heavy duty one because my camera's heavy. But you'll see these guys with like tiny video cameras. Being like, yeah, here's my tripod setup, and it's bigger than, chunkier than the one I have. It's like, I'm pretty sure it's the camera that makes you, you know, that takes better or worse photos. I mean, it's the human, but the camera's at least the tool. Tripod, theoretically, you should be able to do it without it. Well, I could have sworn they'd hold this for something coming out.
I guess not. Terminal proceed.
It's a good thing we railfan so much, otherwise I'd run out of stories.
The portal to the non-existent lower level.
Why is it lit up like a freaking Christmas tree?
Because it doesn't have you don't have it generated that far out yet.
Ah.
So see how it blacks out.
Is that at least long enough to spawn trains?
Yes, it does. Yeah, I've seen train spawn from the lower level while looking at the map. Terminal approach. I think we might get held here.
Yeah, I think that guy's running.
Yeah. That's what I get. Oh, terminal care.
I think it
Terminal
was him
proceed. Hunt.
crossing in front of you.
Probably, yeah.
So, I don't know. I was doing one scenario where they were crossing. I was running one of the Hudson Line scenarios, and they were crossing trains. Like, I was leaving during peak, and they were crossing in front of me, holding me in Grand Central. I was like, what is this crap? So I got to 125th like 10 minutes late. My second reaction was, why the fuck wasn't I recording that?
Terminal proceed. Terminal approach.
See, how far over can they bring us?
Or coming in on 29.
Oh, that's a close call. See, it's always a game for me because I don't play with the HUD on. Unless I'm streaming sometimes.
I mean, there's plenty of platforms at Grand Central that'll hold 12 cars.
Almost all of them. Except that little stumpy thing over there.
That's a side.
There's one platform in this. I don't remember where it is, but I opened the doors and it fell off. Like there's a cutout in the platform. So I looked down and went, oh, I guess the textures haven't rendered for that. Oh well. And then fell off the platform.
Did you go into like the ground, or did you just fall onto the road
No, I
bed?
just fell onto the road bed.
Oh, okay.
No, I made it all the way on track 110.
Heh.
That's the lower level for those who
The
don't know.
bowels of hell.
That's where my train came in when I was coming back from Melrose. They get on the thingy in the tunnel and they're like, we're coming in on track, I don't remember, 18 or something. I was like, cool. Get off the train. This ain't right. Where the hell are we? What's this big rampy thing? Walk up the ramp. Lower level. That was a weird trip all around because we also left from like track 11 or something.
Yeah.
Which is like the first. It was the first one. Like the yard was next to us. These are all the steps to take engineers early when they want to get the hell out of here. The dump sound on these.
It doesn't. Yeah. They gotta fix that.
Turn your tail lights on.
What?
You turn your marker lights on?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I turned them on as I was coming in.
The heck's the key command for those?
K.
Oh. I figured out the keyboard commands. That's not the plan. Time for it. Hit the Y and then you move the doors. Have I ever ridden around a loop track? I don't think you can ride a loop track.
I think on rare occasions, you're able to.
I don't think it's ever scheduled. Why is it still just saying unload?
Because I'm early.
Oh, is it going to actually make you wait 10 minutes?
I think so. Before it actually gives you the thing.
So you're going to just abandon the service and not be kind of complete and get over the next one?
No, I'll wait. You don't get the credit if you abandon the service. I just want to see if there's anything else, like, around. That's the yard.
The problem with the loop tracks is they come out in the yard. So you're running through not passenger areas. Yeah, you can take the Empire connection all the time. Where are you going?
Nowhere, I'm just setting up on this end.
Oh, you're just gonna go back the other way?
Well, no, I'm just bored because I'm waiting for this time to expire.
I think it's west.
Let's see. So what do we got? Yeah, so we got M7s to the right of us.
Boring.
Trains to the left of us. That train's going into the yard.
Is that the one that was just sitting there before?
I
Oh,
don't
it's
know.
going around a loop-de-loop.
Yeah, it's going around the loop. Is it going? Oh, he's actually going out. Okay.
There's a train hard in the yard. Always found Grand Central interesting with all the like yard spots they have and all that shit. I'll get the hiccups. Alright, fuck it.
Oh, we got a 10 car set here. That's probably gonna be M3s. See what that is after we get credit for this rail. It's probably like a local back to North White.
Probably. What time is it now?
8:35.
Probably that's probably gonna go tuck in the yard and be done.
Yeah.
Unless you just exit back.
What, the train next to us?
The one that's 10 cars.
Oh, yeah.
Ooh, there's alerts on every single NJT line.
Cool. Means I'm not getting home tonight. What is the...
Except the AC line. So if you need the AC line, you're good.
What does the Morristown alert say?
Probably 10. Hold on a second. Yep. 10 went
station.
down.
Portal gets stuck again?
I'm looking. Nope, signals went down.
Ah.
That's gonna be all day.
Big rip. It's gonna be home really late tonight.
63:59 is canceled.
Ugh.
66:59 is gonna make all local.
Fantastic.
Have fun getting home tonight.
Oh, there we go. Here it is. Cool.
Pull up departure vision.
Continue free roam. So if we wanted to take this back to the yard, we'd have to wait like half an hour, which we are not doing.
Fuck that.
I'm gonna close this. Actually, it's out of service. Why are we leaving the doors open?
Yeah, even the corridor's starting to back up. Yep, 21:72 lost 15 minutes. Alright, they're all kinds of screwed up. Because according to the Amtrak tracker,
Yeah.
6:52 is at about 42nd Street.
Yeah.
On the Empire corridor. So either you went the wrong way, or that's an... I guess you could technically get to Harrisburg from there. Bit of a roundabout way to do it.
Oh, good. Starts in 2 minutes.
There we go. What is this one?
I have no idea.
Oh,
This
fun.
is a deadhead. Cool. We could do that. Probably get stuck behind some local.
Or stuck. I got
Ow.
all the way to Tuckahoe, I think, the other day, and then got stuck in line with 5 other trains.
Nice.
Who had a green light, he just wasn't going.
Don't you just love when that happens?
I thought about getting on the front one and taking it the rest of the way, and then thought, you know what, I'm just gonna rage quit instead.
Yeah, you're not walking half a mile to get to the front of that conga line.
I did. I wanted to see what the signal said.
You can see that on the map.
Yeah, I know. Thought I walked it. And then regretted it.
Oh, damn it, asshole.
And then regretted it.
Whoever shut this train didn't key out the other end. Now I gotta run all the way back there and key out that cab.
That is just fucking rude. How do you know that it wouldn't key out from where you were?
It wouldn't charge.
No.
When it doesn't charge, that means the other cab's keyed up.
I've never had that problem. That's not keyed up.
well, now let's make sure.
They gotta check all the cabs.
No, I'm not checking all the cabs. If this doesn't work, this doesn't work. We'll just load another service in the menu.
Train sim world. Most accurate simulator ever. The M3s are actually broken.
Heh. All in RCI. Or whatever they call these guys on Metro North.
How many cars did you say this thing was? 10?
This was 10 cars.
Just takes 2 more from the front going.
Ow! Hit my head. Okay, can we please, does this work? Alright,
I have figured out why it won't charge.
oh, it's working now.
Yeah, because you took it out of emergency.
Alright, there we go. That's better.
It don't charge too good when it handles an emergency. Backing up.
That's not what that means.
I figured out the buzzer on the M7s works. They just didn't map it to the beaky.
Yeah, I know. That's gonna be a quick patch. Should be out soon.
They gotta make a rail driver that's this shape. Collaborative streams are fun. Yeah. Well, we did another one. We're gonna try and do them more. They're actually fun for us too. If we go on a trip or something, then it's easy. As long as my phone battery don't go. Or AT&T, or not AT&T, T-Mobile gets mad at me again.
Terminal proceed.
It's a good thing we're not trying to run NJT in train sim. We have to delay everything 45 minutes.
Terminal proceed.
Oh yeah, everything's late coming out. Now, NJT is normally fine, but there's a big alert on their webpage that says, important notice, rail service in and out of Penn Station, New York is subject to 45-minute delays due to signal issues in Penn Station, New York. NJ Transit bus service are accepting NJ Transit rail tickets, and PATH is cross-honoring New Jersey Transit rail tickets and passes at Newark, Hoboken, and 33rd Street. So no, they're just fun.
Terminal proceed.
Either they're having some sort of wayside signals there, or PTC when one of the two. But Long Island doesn't seem to be affected, so I'm assuming it's PTC of some description.
Alright, am I following anyone?
Probably.
Well, we'll see. I want to see how far ahead they are. If I am following anyone. Oh, there they are. They are coming up on Tremont. So we'll see if he's an express or a stopper.
He's probably an express until he becomes a stopper sometime between White Plains and Tuckahoe. At which point he's just going to park it.
Sounds typical.
Yep.
We'll see where we catch him. 'Cause I guarantee you we're gonna catch him.
Yep. That's a good noise.
Yes, that is one of the best spots to Railfan.
Yeah, if you want high-speed corridor stuff, and you want a station to do it, yes. And you're not up here lost. Princeton Junction's where all of the Stella test shots from both of them went, or most. I also like Jersey Avenue, which is one stop toward north or east on the corridor. And the reason for that is it's a low-level platform, and there isn't one on the other side. There's only one on the westbound side. So you actually get a shot if you're shooting like near the end of the platform that looks like you're not on a platform because you're not catching a platform on the other side. Yeah, the Avelias were all testing, or doing a lot of their testing over there. I assume they still are testing.
Yeah. Apparently train set 3 went down to DC for some maintenance work. It's coming back to Philly on Friday, which I guess is tomorrow.
We've tried to do that enough, catch that move enough times that I ain't doing it again.
Yeah, well, that move happens always in the dead of night anyway.
Or at a really bizarre time.
Yeah.
It's also a very long drive for a whole lot of nothing.
Yeah.
We've gone down there now trying to get it twice, right? Down in Mark territory. But both times we've ended up with nice shots of Mark trains, and that's about it.
About it, yeah, about nothing else. Wait till they're in service before I go down there for that stuff.
Last time we went down there, they were supposed to be going down past Wilmington for something. So we drive down to Wilmington, find the train, get one shot of it, like, on a bridge, pretty far from where we are. And then it turned around and went home, and we never caught it at all moving. We just ended up filming at Wilmington Station for a while. I mean, there's got to be something wrong with it because it keeps delaying.
They're just having, they're getting delayed because they are coming into issues with certifying for 7-inch cant deficiency. But they're aiming for that certification at the end of the year. They have 3 trains on, they have 2 trains on property right now, train set 2 and train set 3. Train set 1 is back at Hornell for, it might get refitted, it might get scrapped, they'll build a new one, we don't know yet. And then there's a bunch of other train sets that are in various stages of completion up at Hornell.
One is the one they beat the crap out of
Out in Colorado, yeah.
It was 1, but that one went back to Cornell. We're gonna go out when they bring train set 4.
We'll see which way it goes first. It's going over the Mohawk division. That's a doozy. It's gonna be really far.
It might be a 2-day trip.
Yeah.
But I think it's going to.
Yeah, but then everything else is also gonna go that way, so like there's no rush. You have 26 other train sets to choose from to chase, so because they're all gonna go the same way.
I'm like glad and not that went the NS one. It's like it's nice because you're not going to see that again, but at the same time, that day was a pain in the ass. Yeah, it would be kind of cool to visit there.
28.
20, yeah. They've already got 2. Well, no, because doesn't 2 have to go back too?
Yes, but oh yeah, no, you're right.
There really are going to be 28 moves.
Be 27 because
Yeah,
3's
plus 1
on
going the wrong
property.
way. 27 deliveries, 1 return.
There it is.
Okay, you just hit some light.
Oh, that's one.
And like anything, at the beginning, it's hard to, like, there's a specific day, we know it's going to happen on X day. But once they get to be where it's just deliveries and they're in service, just trying to give them sets, they're much more frequent. Like when the 179s were getting delivered, we had to be out there on this night because we knew there were 2 cars coming. But once it turned into they're just being delivered all the time, it would have been easy. It's like with the 211s now, people are getting deliveries.
Yeah, well, those are coming in a different way, so.
Oh wow, Penn's really fucked up. The 726 to Dover is still on standby. You should take the buzz. I would assume the SIR cars are going to go to Coney Island first, because there's no heavy maintenance on Coney Island. Or on Coney Island.
At Clifton.
At Clifton. On Staten Island. When they need to do heavy maintenance on those cars, they ship them across the bridge. I don't know who's scrapping them. Do you know who's scrapping the 32s?
No.
I think it's somewhere in Ohio.
Yeah. I know people who do know, but I don't really care, so.
Yeah, I don't either. All I know is they're keeping a bunch of them. The last count I had, they're keeping like 10 or 12 of them. Sets. Like, I saw the film unit had a list of like 5 or 6 sets they wanted to keep. The museum's got like 5 sets they're keeping. And then work service was keeping another like 5 for garbage motors and stuff like that. Yeah, they're taking the trucks off them, loading them onto flatbeds, and I guess CSX is dragging them to Ohio. Yeah, so the 211, everything gets tested in this regular system. Staten Island, if that's what they decide to do with it. Going to Frontier Industrial Court. It's really a shame to see these getting scrapped. Either they'll test them at Rockaway, or they'll test them in the center track on the Sea Beach line. That's their other, like, semi-official test track.
If they're based at Coney Island, they'll test on Sea Beach.
Yeah, the only time they really have to use Coney Island is if they're afraid they're going to short out the third rail, because that's on its own isolated power squad. On Sea Beach, if you blow the third rail, you can blow it on all 3 tracks.
Crap.
I take it you're up the guy's alley. He's in front of you.
Yeah.
This is when these signals start to drive me nuts. When you're like running unlimited, and then it drops to medium for like 10
3
feet.
seconds.
Yeah, like it's about to do to you again. Most time there wasn't a transponder like right there, but. Ts will get tested just like anything else. What I'm wondering with those cars is how they're going to deliver. Because if they're coming in on trucks, I mean, obviously they're going to have something over the ends.
Probably.
Otherwise, you're just going to end up collecting a whole bunch of shit in the car. Either way, it's going to be interesting to see what happens and where they get delivered to. Because I'm starting to wonder if they're going to keep this, deliver everything to the South Brooklyn Railroad, or if they're going to switch back to trucks to 207. How will they dispose of the current fleet on Staten Island? Give it another 3 weeks, it'll rust into the ground.
Staten Island is one big landfill. They don't have to move those cars anywhere.
They'll probably truck them back. They'll truck them out like they truck anything else out. mean, those cars are so rusted, it's not going to take very much to break them up. You know, time to slow down. Those cars, okay, so the cars that are on Staten Island are R44s. The plan with the R44s originally was they were all going to get replaced by, I guess, the 179s. But the ones in the city were found to be so bad shape that they had to be scrapped in '09 and were replaced with the 160s instead, and the 32s lived on, and the 42s. So that was already the original plan.
Found our leader.
Of course. So that was already the original plan shot to hell. So now these cars were waiting for the 211s. And the same kind of problem is happening. Well, they were waiting for the 179, I guess, technically. But then the same kind of problem's happening, so they get bunched into the 211 contract. And now they have to replace them. The city's ones have been scrapped for a long time, and none of them are in shape to really still be running. They just don't really have a choice because SIR is FRA. So it has to be FRA compliant, and modifying subway cars to be compliant is a pain in the ass. And it's not like they got the fleet in the city sitting around that could easily be switched over and sent over there. Yep. Because Staten Island used to be connected to the main line railroad. I think Path might actually still be. Is Path still connected? I think there's still a connection there.
I think they blocked it off.
Did they?
Yeah, it's like still kind of there, but there's like one of those, like they got like those ties
Right, but
blocked off.
there's physically rails.
Yeah,
'Cause
I don't know if
Staten
they've
Island
actually
doesn't even
torn the
have
rails
rails.
out. God,
Yeah, I think it used to at least be a hand throw.
yeah.
A hand throw and some probably really shit track. But no, Staten Island, I don't, is not connected or anything. Staten Island is so unconnected that when they have to do heavy maintenance, they have to hire a trucking company to bring cars from Clifton over the Verrazano Bridge by truck to Coney Island to get maintenance done. More than like routine. But because it was connected, it's still FRA. And most subway cars are not FRA compliant. So the 211Ts are going to have a whole bunch of mods to them. That they have to have grab bars to climb up on the sides, not just the front. They have to have different horns. They have to have... I don't think they can be link barred either. I think that was one of the requirements. Well, it was never connected to the subway. It was connected up to... I forget who owned it. It was like the CNJ or the B&O or something.
It's the B&O.
B&O. But so it wouldn't help you get to Coney Island.
Yeah, it was connected through the not I think through the Gothels, I think it was, into
It's
Port
its own
Elizabeth or
bridge.
something. Yeah.
It was like a bridge right next to the other.
Yeah.
That part is still connected. There
Yeah.
are freight trains that go onto the
Yeah.
west side of the but the connection was the North Shore branch of the Staten Island Railway was connected. And when they tore that out, it took out the connection. There's talk about reinstating that though.
It's nothing more than talk.
Well, Staten Island wants it. We'll see if anything comes.
They want it, but they don't want to pay for it.
Good point. And it's also not very practical because the only way to get there would be via St. George.
Yeah.
So if you wanted to go from Tottenville to the west, like to the North Shore west side, because there's industrial shit over there. But you have to go all the way up the east side to St. George and then hook it around. If they ever reconnect the North Shore line, it will be connected to the mainline railroad again. Or knowing Staten Island will turn it into another busway. Everything on Staten Island's buses. They still haven't given a track to 66, 63. And that was the train they told people to take because they canceled the short term.
I knew I should have taken the bus in today.
They also haven't given a track to 6291. $175 for it. Yeah, 3881, 6291, and 6663 are all waiting for tracks. 66, 63, those are New Jersey Transit train
Morristown
numbers.
line trains.
So a Morristown line train to Dover is 66, 63. Montclair Booten line to Montclair State University is 6291. And 3881 is train to Trent on the corridor. And they're all sitting in Penn. Well, their passengers are all sitting in Penn. Their trains are MIA. Penn's having signal problems. Again. Yeah. He lives in Jersey. At an undisclosed location in New Jersey. That is somewhere remotely near some NJP train that he thought would be a good idea to take into New York today.
Okay.
And now he's getting plugged. It's just not a good day for anybody. Yeah, so, again, if they do the North Shore, but it's not like they're going to run there anyway, because even if the cars they run, actually, it'll be a real pain in the ass if they connect it up again, because the subway cars are not crash compliant, and freight trains still use that line, like the part where the yard is. So either it's going to be like freight is going to have to be all at night, and the subway can't run. They're going to have to do something to keep them apart. Because they might be FRA compliant on isolated rail, but they're not going to be FRA compliant in any way, shape, or form on shared trackage. I can tell you right now, if an R44 crashed into a freight train, or the other way, the freight train might notice, but maybe not. There's not really a whole lot holding those cars together. Like, as designed, you don't want subway cars to weigh what freight trains weigh. They'll use so much power. I just canceled that Dover train.
Nice. I guess I'm not getting home until like 1 in the morning today.
Yeah, the 805's going.
Yeah, but good luck getting on.
And think about the number of stops it'll make. Oh, they canceled that corridor train too.
Maybe I should just take the bus and have my parents drive me to the train station to get the car. See what happens. I have bus tickets, so I could do that. Oh, I don't think the bus runs this late. Whatever.
I don't know, because they don't post their schedule in there.
Well, I guess we are taking the Ben Express.
At these gas prices?
I'm not the one that chose to buy a Yukon Denali XL.
Driving at your house is like $20. Ben Express. Yeah, so I mean, they'll figure they're gonna have to. There's some rule about being allowed to do time separated, so that should work. I used to have a Tesla. Tesla took it away from me. It was a big enough POS that Tesla took it away from me. Okay, all I can hear in my headphones right now is click, clunk, and then that thing. He's probably still in the station.
I know.
So what's the point in this?
Gives you something to do. No, he gave it back.
Huh?
Read the comment.
Oh. I gave it back because they said, so it was a lease. And they said that I was having so many problems with it, basically. I called them up and was pissed because maintenance said it would be a month before they could fix it. And I was like, I'm not paying this unless you guys fix it. I'm not paying my lease this month. And they basically said, well, you want to give it back then? I'm not paying you for that. Okay, we'll take it back. Perfect. I'm gonna go get me a car that works. When your whole gauge cluster and touchscreen and turn signals and speedometer and everything else you kind of need to drive just suddenly goes black on the middle of the highway, I think it's time to get a new car. It did that to you, with you in the car once, didn't it?
Yeah. Yeah, a couple of times.
it would get exciting really quick. I don't like when I'm driving and it gets exciting really quick. The only time when you're driving and it gets exciting really quick and it's a good thing is if you're listening to the radio, they announce the lotto numbers, and they match the ticket in your hand. Then it's okay to get excited really quick when you're driving. If it's because your car just did something really stupid, it's not a good time to get excited real quick. I mean, it would be worse if that happened when you're flying, but it would also be impossible to happen when you're flying. Because we have so many redundancies, because the people who make airplanes actually understand it's bad when you suddenly lose all the information you need while you're in the air.
Why would you put me on this track? Hate this bitch. Send me up the middle so I can go around this guy.
No.
How many points do I have?
No.
2640. That's not bad.
Yeah, airplanes have... I mean, you saw this in the Cirrus. It's like we've got two big screens that both show, are able to show speed, altitude, and all that. And then we've also got analog backups, so that even if both of our fancy screens fail, we've still got backups.
Oh, is he actually moving? Sweet.
And yes, the dispatcher does hate him. Metro North dispatching really is just awful.
Leaves much to be desired.
Like when they put commuter rail right in front of the Acela. And then make the Acela follow the commuter rail. It's using your head right there. Holy shit, you actually got a stop signal.
Yeah, when you come to an interlocking and
No,
it gives
I know.
you it's
It
supposed
didn't. It does it some of them, but not all of them.
shit.
That would suck you were in that now. There's only
There we go.
one port of the NEC they don't own. And if the land is stupid dispatching. New Haven to New Rochelle.
Kind of liken the Metro North New Haven line to I-95 in Philly. Always under construction.
And badly
Guarantee it.
managed.
Yeah.
It's kind of sad to think about when you think about like how big of a rail hub that used to be, New Haven, and now it's such a disaster. That's badly run state agencies for you. I'd like to believe at some point Amtrak will acquire the NEC, or that portion of it. Or Metro North will do something so boneheaded that it happens. I'm actually kind of surprised that they've never tried to do track maintenance on all 4 tracks at the same time. Because it seems like their base plan is, instead of doing maintenance, just slow the trains down. And then we'll add more stations in between, so it looks like that's the reason. Oh yeah, it's a complete waste. The upside is, normal places like, I don't know, Rhode Island, Massachusetts, New Jersey, Delaware, Maryland, Virginia, they all are expanding the Northeast Corridor. They're trying to put like a 3rd track in on some spots. Well, there's a completed scenario. I have the hiccups. Alright, let's go back to the train and see when it leaves again.
It leaves in 20 minutes. Makes an express run. Local stops to Crestwood and then express to Harlem and then Grand Central. I think I've run this one on my computer at home.
Yeah,
we're not doing that though.
It's part of Amtrak's whole increase the corridor stuff. There was a 3rd track they want to put in, I think it's around Perryville. They want to, they're going to rebuild Portal in New Jersey, Portal Bridge that connects New York City to Newark. And there's some other things they want to do as well. 2 new tunnels in the Hudson River. Oh, now you're done. You're stuck.
No, I'm not. Am I?
Yeah, you're stuck. I've done this before.
Oh well.
You could ride like that to Grand Central. But yeah, you're stuck in the floor.
That's fine. We'll ride like this.
Just don't. Oh, you got it.
Well, the other day, it actually put me in the train, like, and I was able to ride the
I got
train.
stuck in the roof once.
Yeah. I guess I got lucky the other day.
You appear to have got tangled up in the trucks.
Yes, it is.
So is it just going to tell you to wait for service forever?
No,
Like, what service are you holding on to?
the train that we just got off of.
Oh. That's not right. Alright, so I just picked my phone. Right? This has nothing to do with trains. The first story that Google says you might be interested in is titled, Russian Quadjet IL-86 returns to service with S7 Airlines. The Russia's S7 airline, yada yada yada. This will be the first time the IL-86 has flown commercially since 2011. They then scrolled down a bit, and it says there's a quote here that S7 will take 5 aircraft, 2 IL-96 cargo planes, and 3 IL-86 cargo planes, and adapt them for
Ooh,
passenger
I found a way
service.
out. Haha! Alright.
What, you got your ass close enough to the seat?
Yeah, just sit in the seat.
Time I got stuck in the ceiling, you couldn't move that far.
Yeah. Alright, what's going on with this? What service? Oh, this is 536. Stopping at White Plains, Scarsdale, Crestwood.
Harlem.
Ooh, express train. Well, since I'm stuck here for a while,
How
why
long are
don't
you stuck here?
we can run the service?
Oh, because you're actually stuck here.
Yes.
I was like, why
I'm
is
not
it stuck?
dealing
It
with
leaves in a
Penn
minute.
Station.
I know, but I was like, what do you mean you're stuck? It leaves in a minute.
No, I'm not dealing with Penn Station. Screw that. Oops, that's not what I want to do.
Just plug it.
I don't know.
Yeah, you did plug it.
Wait, it was already plugged. It's just the train's being weird.
Well,
Okay.
you plugged it again. I don't know how you plug a
Stop.
plugged train.
What's going on? There we go.
Oh, they're all kinds of fucked.
That's better.
Yeah, 92 still isn't in New York. It's been sitting in the river tunnel for like 15 minutes. The 178's been sitting in Penn for about 10 minutes.
Yeah.
So 2173. Yep, now they just suspended the W. The subway can't keep up with it. No, he did not. That would have been a good excuse to go to Boston. Oh, he did. I mean, while it sucks from a transportation enthusiast perspective, it makes sense from an MBTA perspective, because it's just more shit you have to maintain. And who the hell, you know, you make more money when you have to maintain less types of equipment. Yeah, we can go down to Philly. That is a day trip. We did Philadelphia one time. Usually we drive. But we did Philadelphia one time by leaving... Oh, God. We must have left New Jersey before dawn. Drove I think we drove to Metro Park. Took New Jersey Transit to Trenton. And then from Trenton we waited for a couple of SEPTA trains. Caught the SEPTA push-pull train. And then went into Philly. And then spent all day running around Philadelphia. By the time we came back, we were like dead. It's a good day though. train. We got on the train to go. Like we left Trenton. We're on the SEPTA compass, and I think I was asleep before we left Trenton. Got woken up like pulling into Philly. Yeah, SEPTA can be fun, but it can also be overwhelming. Especially if you only, like, for us, we're close enough that if we only have a day, we don't have to do everything, because we're not that far. But you've got the Market Frankfurt line cars, which can only be described as a disaster zone. Do you agree with that?
Yeah, you suck.
You can't get much worse. You know what it feels like? It feels like you're driving down a dirt gravel road in like a Lamborghini, right? You got like an inch of clearance from the suspension, and it's just vibrating into pieces. So you got that. And you got the Broad Street line, which is a good time. Then you got enough, commuter rail for months. What else do they have? They got trackless, and then they got trolley cars everywhere. And then, are they still running the PCCs?
They're supposed to come back in the future. They're not running right now.
They're still running buses there, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So you got that bus/PC, lack of PCC line. And then you got PATCO, which is like high-speed, subway-ish. And then if you take Patco, then you got the river line, which is that like diesel light rail thing.
Yep.
I think that's it.
Yeah, Norristown.
You got that. I mean, you go fan the airport if you want. It'll get you in the road. Probably a boat somewhere. I don't think they have a cable car.
No, they do not.
Can't pull that one off. And they got diesel buses. I think that's just about every mode of transport possible. Plenty of trucks. You can go fan cars on 95. They're not going to move very fast. Philly's fun. Just don't drive into it. We did that one. Was that Philly that got the Tesla stuck in that parking lot? It must have been. Oh no, it was Boston.
Those are both pretty tight.
I don't remember. We decided to try parking in the middle of the city. It was either Boston or Philadelphia. And I swear the garage door was about the width of the car. And then it had a nice 90-degree reverse curve. And it was not fun to get around either. I think that was Philadelphia. It was also cool because you got that whole stretch of commuter rail in the subway. Under Center City. Never try and park on the street. It's so bad they made a whole TV show out of it. Don't drive into Boston. We did that once. Tried to park there back bay. I forget how much that parking lot cost, but it was not cheap. I'll be right back.
Florida's a bit out of the way for something so small.
Oh, we're going to Florida. Next time we go to Florida, I think it's gonna be bright line to Orlando. When that's done. Gotta be careful. Like I want to go see Brightline when we go to Orlando. I also want to excuse to go to Disney, but they keep hitting me. Oh, you're impressed with me. That's gonna be the reason to go down there. Bright line opening. I don't know if we'll have to drag him, but
We'll see. At least when it gets to Orlando, it'll actually go from like an actual city to another actual city. Like right now, it sort of just goes from Miami to nowhere.
well, it's a commuter rail. It's not really intercity yet. I also wouldn't mind taking the train down there. Like, that would be fun too. Go down on Star. It's kind of nipped when I found out I can't do the auto train. My car's too big. longest your car can be is like 215 inches.
Besides, my car is more fuel efficient anyway.
Isn't that the point of the auto?
Yeah, but once you get down there, you're still driving.
That's true. I guess that's the point of the auto train. I'm actually kind of surprised they have a max length. Because they can just charge you more for taking up more space.
Yeah, it's not like they don't have like 30 auto racks on each train.
I mean, if your car was 50 feet long, maybe it'd be a problem. But I'm surprised in terms of like SUVs.
Yeah.
Gas is expensive everywhere. I buy gas at the gas station near my house. I think it's only $6. It's ridiculous.
At least we're not in California. We're worried it's gonna go up to like $8 this Memorial Day.
Well, maybe this will finally convince LA to build a better, like, public transit system.
They are. It just takes time to build.
Well, they better get on the stick. Yeah, the BP gas station near my house, a regular... What the? $6.70? That should be illegal. Jeez. Go to Jersey, it's like half. It really is getting to be cheaper for me to drive to Jersey.
Yeah, you can see gas prices on Google Maps.
Yeah, it's $4.20 in Jersey.
Yeah, that's about right. Not that I would know. I haven't put gas in my car since before Christmas.
You know what? You're an ass. You know though, I had such a bad experience with that Tesla. I'm happy to pay for the gas and not be in that death trap.
Yeah, but Tesla's not the only EV
No, I could have bought it.
manufacturer.
I just didn't want another EV after. Also,
gotta-
my commutes tend to be longer than like a plug-in range.
Yeah, that's true, but you know, the plug-in is still useful.
When you have your own garage, yes.
Yeah, that's true.
I don't have any good place to plug mine in, so I
Yeah.
could have bought like a regular hybrid.
Yeah.
But once I'm getting a big SUV, they're not really that useful anymore.
Yeah.
And they're just expensive and more shit to maintain. So, if I'm gonna have crappy fuel economy anyway, I might as well have crappy fuel economy with a nice big engine. There's actually a BP right near Disney World. It's only $4.06 a gallon.
Hey, that's not bad.
Yeah, well, I have a big 6.2 liter V8 in my car. But the way I drive, I actually get decent gas mileage out of it for what it is. He always says I drive like a grandma.
Hey, if it works for you.
I'm not usually in a rush to leave places, plenty of time. And I can make a 6.2 liter V8 pull in a Yukon XL, get 22 miles a gallon. So. But just another point, for all the people who out there who say EVs generate zero pollution, it's a bunch of bullshit because they generate more pollution making the electricity to charge the battery.
Yeah. Your EV is only as green as your energy supply.
Which in
And then
this
you also
part of the
gotta
country is
consider
natural gas.
all of the heavy metals that are being mined for the lithium batteries and stuff, like what kind of emissions that's caused.
And how
No.
and recycling them is non-existent. So you have a stockpile of dead lithium everywhere, which is dangerous as hell.
I like this run. I haven't been stuck behind anything so far.
No,
Actually
the
sent me
local
down the
train
middle.
was sitting next to you in Crestwood.
Yeah, I know. Well, actually, no, that's a deadhead.
That should be the local now going in.
Oh wait, no, yeah, you're right.
It
I forgot what
exits
time
to
of day it was.
Crestwood and then
Yeah, I forgot what time of day it was. I'm sure I'll run into the traffic in Harlem.
yeah, because you'll catch up with a Hudson line or something. Well, maybe not, because they probably got 3 going in right now. It all depends how green your energy supply is. If you have, solar panels on your roof charging your EV, and you only use its electric range, or it's a Tesla, it's just pure electric, it may balance itself out. If we can figure out how to recycle the lithium, then it would really be greener. But right now, the technology is just not there. And I'm the kind of guy who, if I can help be green, I like to be green. I recycle my bottles and that kind of stuff. So before I bought the Yukon, I actually looked into this, and they said that green-wise, a complete EV, if you drive it for 100,000 miles, you're actually averaging, pollution-wise, about 8 miles a gallon. Assuming that your energy source is 100% green, which it wouldn't be because I'm getting power off the New York City power grid, which is, I think, natural gas fuel. Or it's worse, coal or something. Yeah. That's why when I say I get 19 miles a gallon in my car, by the book, I get about 21 on the highway. I'm not too worried. I'm worried about it, but I'm not being worse than I was in the Tesla. All you're doing right now with EVs is moving the pollution off the highway to the power plant. That's all you're doing. You're picking up the pollution cloud and putting it somewhere else. So yes, they're better for the middle of downtown, because you're not pumping all that nasty shit into the air where there's a bunch of people. But you're still putting all that nasty shit in the air, just somewhere else. Wow, you're making really good time. We go all the way to Melrose before you caught Unlimited.
Yeah.
That's about as good as you're ever gonna get.
Yeah. Wait to see if I catch a medium here. Yep. Probably crossing me over or something.
That's
I am
probably-
stopping at a Harlem on 25th Street, so.
Good. What's track though?
Track 1.
So they gotta cross you at some point.
Yeah.
I think if they use the switches that are all the way up here, they are 30 switches.
Yeah, these are 30s.
So you'd be on a medium for it. So you might not have caught anybody.
Probably haven't, honestly.
Especially without New Haven Line trains being in here.
Yeah. And this time of day, it's 10 in the morning. There's no traffic going this way.
Traffic really involved. Which also begs the question of why are they putting you on 1?
Why not? Probably because they're putting me on some super low track at Grand Central. Well, not super low, but low enough. They're
20.
putting me on 20. So that's on the
Yeah,
east side of the station.
They typically go during non-rush hour and keep
Yeah.
the 2 sides apart. Except the Hudson.
Yeah.
What I'm curious about is what tunnel they're going to put you through.
Yeah.
This is actually weird for midday on Metro
I mean, technically this is the tail end of rush hour.
North. I guess. It depends when they end it. I mean, it's also Metro North dispatching, so who knows?
Yeah, I've
It's
buffed at
safe.
125th Street plenty of times.
It's kind of boring because everything stops.
Not
But it's
everything.
safe.
I mean, you got a bunch of deadheads and stuff.
Alright. 80% of everything stops.
Oh, I forgot this is a 6-car train.
Did you pull in too deep?
Ah, it doesn't matter. As long as it didn't go all the way to the end, it's fine.
Yeah. Yeah, Harlem's a good spot, but like I said, everything stops. That's why I went to Melrose the other day, because almost nothing stops.
Oops. Can I go yet? Nope.
So,
Even if the trains don't stop, they're not going very fast through Harlem. The speed's 40 miles an hour, and you're most likely following someone. So
Yeah.
you're probably eating like a medium restriction.
if it's rush hour enough that you're not stopping, because off-peak everything stops.
Yeah.
So if it's rush hour enough you're not stopping, they're sending so many trains in that you're crawling. And you're doing 35 off the bridge to 40, and then it doesn't go up to 60 until you're almost in the tunnel. Because I think it goes up to 60 like half a train length out of the station. But by the time the back of the train gets there. Yeah, exactly. If you want a spot, the problem is this is really the only spot where all three lines are together.
Yeah, anywhere between Harlem, 125th Street, and Woodlawn
It's pretty good.
is
Except
pretty
for-
good. I've done Botanical Garden. It's a nice spot. Definitely would try Tremont or Williams Bridge, because those spots are both in 75-miler territory.
And Tremont is probably my next spot, and I'm pretty sure I'm going to live stream it. So, the Long Island Road is a little easier because you can go to Woodside or Kew Gardens or something where you have massive amounts of traffic before they all split up. What a cool spot too. It's on the Hudson line, so it's not start with the River, not River, Spite and Dive. Usually I'm coming around the curves.
That's good for like stills, not for recording. Yeah, Elmont's okay right now. They're gonna reconfigure the interlocking over there anyway, so stuff's gonna change. So I would say if you were gonna go buff at Elmont, go buff there now before they change the track layout.
Yeah, because right now instead of switches, literally in the station.
In the middle of the station, yeah.
Although I'm assuming they're still going to use those switches, because those are the high speed. The ones they're putting in don't look nearly as high speed.
I don't know what they're doing.
It looks like they're just putting it in to get the Hempstead trains across.
I haven't seen any of the track diagrams for the reconstruction, so I don't know what they're doing to change the interlocking.
New Hyde Park used to be a great spot. You had all the crossings and the expresses are hauling ass. But now it's still a good spot. You just don't have all the crossings. But they're going 80 through there. And you've got hourly service to Ronkonkoma and at least hourly service to Huntington. I actually like, if you're looking for a spot on Long Island, is, what's that damn station, Rosedale? The one before, or Valley Stream Works too, actually. Because you're on a 4-track main. You're on an island platform between the southern 2 tracks. The northern 2 tracks are the Babylon branch, and they don't stop. They just tear through there with no platform. At a pretty good clip. I'm not sure it's 80. But
Yeah, it's 80 there.
Is it 80 there? Well, it depends if they're stopping at Whitbrook. But you got a pretty good clip going through there. So that one could be fun. Belrose is the same idea, just on the main line. There's not a lot of really cool spots anymore.
Yeah, it's a shame.
There's that, I mean, I wouldn't go there because it's probably not safe. But there's that footbridge between Kew Gardens and Forest Hills that I've always wanted to film off of.
That's a spot where you get like 1 or 2 trains and then go somewhere else. You don't camp there.
No. Well, you could, but you won't have a phone if you're camped there.
Well, you might get stabbed, but
Yeah, probably not right there.
you never know.
You know a fun spot? Not really thought about that often, but Little Brook.
Where?
What is it? Little Neck. Because you got the quiet zone crossing on the Port Wash. It's a quiet zone, so they're not blowing the horn every 5 seconds.
Proceed.
But the train runs every half hour. So you got a lot of trains going through there, and it's the only quiet zone on the railroad. So I think it's actually, technically it's the only quiet zone in New York City. Because Little Neck, you're still in Queens. It's a weird spot. Other than that line's boring too. It's like in a cut the whole time. Babylon sucks. It's just island platforms everywhere. Although the best station to fan on the Long Island Railroad is Hunters Point Avenue.
Terminal proceed.
Because you get all the cool shit coming in and out of that. I guess coming into. But Long Island's bigger problem is they don't really run interesting equipment anymore either. It's all M7s. A few M9s. If they stayed really screwed up, I'll give you a run. Yeah, I did a live from Woodside. Woodside's not bad because at least you got a lot of service going through there. But again, you're back to the boring of it's just M7s and then occasional M9 and the rare diesel.
Diesels aren't that rare on Long Island. You get a couple every hour.
Either.
You get all the Long Island City trains.
Yeah, they're not that exciting either.
But Woodside can get kind of bland really quick because it's the same stuff over and over again. There's only so many angles you can get.
And the sun's always wrong there.
Yeah.
No matter what.
Terminal approach. The sun's always wrong on Long Island regardless of where you go. Because the peak is always
Out of the sun.
it's coming out of the sun.
You can get away with it in a few spots.
But the spots that are basically running north-south, you can get away with it. Like if you go to, again, I wouldn't because it's very good. It's like St. Albans. You can get away with it.
Yeah, the novelty of seeing the 7 train at Woodside wears off pretty quick.
There's better spots to get the 7 train.
Yeah.
Is that station 103? Where it's coming down the...
Oh, coming down the ramp?
flyover?
Yeah.
That used to be cool when it was 68s and being hand-run. Because there wasn't a timer at the bottom of that. So these guys would just come shooting off of there.
You can still do that.
Yeah, but this ATO doesn't do it.
I haven't been up that way in a while.
ATO made it very boring. ATO's automatic train operation. They just come down. They're fast, but they're not.
It's probably got like a civil 40 limit or something.
Yeah, it's not like the old days. Where it was 40 when you found the timer. They also got sick of people overshooting the next station.
It's uphill into Junction Boulevard.
Yeah, but they were still going through it.
We're stupid.
I think the mentality was more of, it's uphill into Junction Boulevard, that'll slow me down. And it's not as uphill as you thought. I think you popped the wrong side.
I did.
Well, now you need to go for a piss test. Open?
Yeah.
Oh, you locked it. What the fuck kind of scheduling is this? Sorry, I was looking at your piece of Another spot on the 7 that's always kind of fun is Grand Central. Because they come up out of the tunnel pretty quick. And because at that point the local and the express have merged together, there's a train like every 30 seconds, 35 seconds. Those things are insanely close. I'm gonna give somebody epilepsy. is the squeakiest thing ever.
Alright, I think that's enough for one night.
Yeah, I would agree. We've been at this for 4 hours. I think we're good.
Okay.
Any other places you like the NYC subway to fan? I mean, there's spots all over the place if you know what to look for. But, you know, they're all... Everything's for a different reason. So. What, are you gonna go fan the yard?
No. I've never done this. Like, I always spawn into a service. Alright, that's enough.
Alright. Tired?
I'm exhausted.
Alright. I'll close it out then. Thank you all for watching. Thank you, Fan Railer, for joining us tonight. And we'll see you next time. I promised at least once a month. We did 2 this month. So we'll try and do this again more frequently. Everyone have a great night. I'm going to try and get on here next week with a live stream probably from Tremont on this line, but in the real world, where you have New Haven line trains and more shit running. Anyway, thank you all for watching. Have a great night, and I've got my Melrose content coming up tomorrow.